Hello, it's Film Frenzy, and I'm back with my latest movie review. I haven't been to the theaters in a very long time, so this isn't a new movie in theaters, but instead a Netflix movie. I'm talking about When We First Met, which is a new romantic comedy starring Adam Devine that premiered on Netflix February 9th. So let's get right into my review with my first category, direction and visuals. Direction visuals for this movie, like, it's not like your action movie where there's gonna be some amazing like fight choreography or anything like that, but instead it's like a romantic comedy. But I think the direction visuals is very good, so I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. It's nothing to blow your mind, but what it has is just it shows like the scenes very well, and like there's a lot of like difficulty because there's a lot of like time jumping back and forth. I think they showed in a very like good way. Like it's not like overly confusing or anything like that. And I think it was really just well edited and well put together and stuff. The different like time periods of direction, like him waking up and stuff, and like 2014 versus 2017, and the photo booth and just like everything. I feel like combines with like and just looks really nice on screen. And so the direction is perfect here. Let's get into my next category, acting and character development. So for acting and character development, I'll be giving When We First Met a 4.5 out of 5 again. So there are some minor issues, which I'll delve into first, which is that the main friend, whose name is Carrie, she was like, I felt like her acting at the beginning, the actress that played her, it was kind of weak and felt a little like kind of off, almost like she belonged in the room. But then as like the film progressed, I realized that she was doing a pretty good job and she improved like as the film went on. But her character I still thought was a bit bland at times, and really, spoiler here, I didn't think she was the perfect fit for the main guy at the end of the film. But on that, besides that, I thought the acting was great. Adam Devine, I made a remark. I was like, even if the movie's plot sucks, which it didn't, he could still be so entertaining on his own because he's just hilarious and really great. And I thought Alexander Daddario as Avery, she was really good too. They had great chemistry. Robbie Amell was pretty funny. They were all really good, and they really had great comedic timing and chemistry. And like the character development was superb, especially for the main character. Like he like progresses throughout the film as he goes through like kind of different incarnations of the like his possible self. It's a little bit like Groundhog Day, but it's still original enough to really just enjoy his character development throughout. My final and most important category is plot, pacing, script, and theme, or the various story elements. So When We First Met is a real mixed bag on this category. And yes, this is my most important category, so it can make or break a film. And for When We First Met, it weakens it slightly, but still really holds up. So I'll be giving it a 3.5 out of 5 for this category. And here's why. First off, with the plot, I think the plot is still a little bit too reminiscent of Groundhog Day, which is like my top 2 movies of all time, so it has a lot to live up to. But I thought it was still different enough and still had enough twists and turns that I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought the plot was super entertaining. Some may see it as a little bit repetitive as he goes from 2014 back to 2017 and back and forth again, but I found it perfectly fine. And overall, I thought it was just a very enjoyable and clever plot. Plus, the pacing was, at first, the first 2/3 act I thought were really solid and steadily paced, but then the last act, I thought it got a little haywire and it couldn't completely stick the landing because it kind of had a little bit too much resolution, which I feel is a common problem for films. What I would personally love to see, and here's some spoilers that also relate to the plot, is that I'm going to put my hands down when there's no more spoilers. I found that there was a little bit too much predictability with like who he ended up with. Noah ends up with Carrie, who is Avery's best friend, and I thought that was a little bit too much of a trope because like they really didn't seem right together. And honestly, like, what are the odds that that's the person he's kind of supposed to be with? Even though I still did like her like rejecting him because that makes no sense for him to just like all of a sudden be with her. I still would prefer my type of ending would be a little bit more ambiguous and just kind of like end right where he just goes up to like he like meets a girl and you see that spark that maybe she's the right thing, and then it just ends because you don't need to go into this extra resolution. Yes, I know the movie is already pretty short. It was like an hour and a half anyway, but it really didn't need to be that long, because that extra resolution just kind of adds some just like meaningless like fluff to the film that I think weighs it down a bit. So I'm gonna put my hands down now. So yeah, it's a bit predictable with what I just said, but overall, it has a really just a great script. Like, it's hilarious. I was surprised about how funny it was because the reviews weren't too great, but I was laughing a ton during the film. I think it also has some great drama, and like the lines are quite good. Like, they're very relatable, I feel like, and Adam Devine delivers them perfectly, which is great to see. And then the theme, I think, is really solid. It's a little bit different than Groundhog Day, which is about like making the best of every day. This is more about how like you just gotta let fate sometimes decide, and it's okay. You can't just like, sometimes you just gotta accept things the way they are, and you can't just go back and fix the past. You gotta keep on moving. I think that was just great. It got a little preachy sometimes, but that's okay. Overall, this film is just really excellent, and I was just blown away considering that I got 39% Rotten Tomatoes. This is not a Netflix movie to be overlooked, but instead a really solid romantic comedy that I think adds to the genre and is just super enjoyable to watch. Maybe you're not a big fan of the themes and you feel like it gets a little bit too preachy, but it's still hilarious. So it's got a little bit of something for everybody. So for my final score for When We First Met, I'll be giving it a 4.25. This is a really solid film. I really hope you check it out on Netflix. So thank you for watching my review. I hope you enjoyed. Watch some more reviews on my channel, Film Frenzy. Stay tuned for more coming soon to my channel. See you guys later. Bye.